This is a story my family still talks about to this day. A girl named Hina was looking for her first apartment. She had recently decided to move out of her parents' house. Her boyfriend, Ali, suggested they move in together. But since they had only been dating a few months, she wasn't comfortable with that idea yet. So instead, Hina started searching online for a roommate. One night, she found a listing titled, "Roommate, Wanted, Females Only." The rent was surprisingly cheap, only around 25,000 Pakistani rupees per month. The post claimed the current tenant was a 23-year-old university student who didn't feel comfortable living with men. Everything sounded perfect. There was only one problem. The listing had just one photo, the outside of the house. Still, Hina emailed the poster. Within 30 minutes, she got a reply with details and a time to visit. 8 p.m. When she arrived, she noticed a handwritten note on the front door. "Door broken. Use back door." That was odd, but not alarming enough to leave. She walked around the house. The yard looked messy. Overgrown grass, dusty windows, but nothing too crazy. She knocked on the back door. An older man opened it. Hina froze for a second. Wrong house? But the man quickly said, "I'm the landlord. The girl who lives here is working late. She asked me to show you around." Something felt off. He looked unclean, nervous, and way older than expected. Still, she went inside. Red flags started appearing. The house had almost no furniture. Only one light was on. He rushed her through rooms quickly. One bedroom was completely off limits. Then she noticed something disturbing. The front door was nailed shut from the inside. Now her instincts were screaming. She decided to leave. But before she could, the man smiled and said, "Wait, I didn't show you the basement." They were standing right next to it. He opened the door, pitch black. Then he stepped aside. "Ladies first." At that exact moment, pure luck, Hina's phone buzzed. She quickly pretended it was a call. "Hey, you're here? I'm coming outside." Without waiting, she slipped past him and walked out calmly. The second she got outside, she ran, jumped into her car, and sped away. Later, police investigated. Here's what they found. The house had been abandoned for 6 months. The tenant didn't exist. The landlord was living there illegally. Inside the locked room, dirty blankets, rotten food, disturbing images covering the walls and the basement. This happened to a boy named Usman, who was just 14 at the time. He loved hockey but didn't have much money. One night he found a deal online. Full gear set for extremely cheap. It looked too good to be true. But he didn't care. He messaged the seller. The man replied quickly and asked, "How old are you?" Usman answered honestly, 14. The man replied, "Good. Nice to see someone dedicated at your age." It felt weird, but Usman ignored it. Instead of giving his address, the seller suggested, "Let's meet near your area." They agreed to meet at a nearby mall parking lot. Usman arrived and waited. Then he heard a horn. He turned. A white van parked far away. Then his phone buzzed. "I'm in the white van." Usman replied, "Come out with the equipment." The response, "It's easier if you come inside." At that moment, his gut told him, "Run." He turned and sprinted. As he ran, he looked back. The van was following him. And there was another person inside. Thinking fast, Usman cut through a stranger's yard, jumped over a fence, hid behind bushes. Within seconds, the van passed by slowly, then disappeared. That night, he looked out his window, and his heart dropped. The same van was parked outside his house. The engine was running. As soon as he looked at it, it drove away. He never saw it again. But one thought still haunts him. Did they find his house? Or were they just waiting? A man named Farhan was trying to sell his dining table set online. He listed it for a high price, but mentioned it was negotiable. For days, no offers. Then finally, a call. The man on the phone sounded off. His voice was shaky, but he wanted to come see the furniture. Farhan gave his address. The man said he'd arrive in an hour, but the doorbell rang in just 10 minutes. That was strange. When Farhan opened the door, his stomach dropped. The man looked disturbing. Dirty clothes, stained shirt, messy hair, strange expression. Still, Farhan let him in. The man walked slowly around the table, touching everything, making weird noises, not saying much. It felt wrong. Farhan finally said, "The price is 1,200. The man stopped, smiled, then said, "How about 500? Farhan laughed nervously, but the man's face changed instantly. Anger, pure anger. Then he started pacing, making strange sounds. His behavior became unstable. Farhan realized this man was dangerous. Trying to end it politely, Farhan said, "Thanks for coming." But the man didn't move. He just stared. Then, he reached into his pocket. Farhan panicked, ran upstairs, grabbed his gun, and hid. When he looked back, the man was gone. Farhan locked himself in his room and called police. Minutes later, they arrived and searched the house. They found him, hiding inside a closet, with a loaded weapon. As police took him away, the man looked at Farhan through the car window. Not scared, not regretful, just pure hatred. Farhan still says that look was the scariest part because it felt like one day he might come back.